My father's father was one of about 10 children. 9 brothers, I think he had. His name was Frederick Wills. I should think he grew up in Plumstead Common because they had a house on Plumstead Common. My grandfather's father, I think, was a blacksmith in the arsenal, as well as my grandfather. One of grandfather's sisters married a German. During the Second World War, she wanted to know all her papers to prove that she wasn't a Jew, because she had children in Germany. My father didn't have anything to do with his relation with Mum. Whether they had nothing to do with my grandfather. I think my grandmother's name was Oliphant. My grandmother was a sick woman. She had one other son, 11 months older than my father, who I should think was epileptic and must have been slightly mental. My dad said that his mother couldn't leave him, and he used to laugh because he used to throw all the stones and everything out of their garden over to next door's. My dad was only 11 months younger. I think he walked with a slight limp because my grandmother panicked when evidently he went into this fit, and she heated a bath on top of the gas stove or something and put him in it or burnt him. He died when he was 21. Victor. My grandfather, he worked at the arsenal, Woolwich Arsenal, on the ammunitions as a blacksmith. Woolwich was to do with the army, where most people worked in that area. And I think he wanted my father to do the same thing, but my father didn't want to go into the arsenal. When we were children, he lost his eye. A splinter went into his eye. He had a glass eye. This was when he was it must have been in his late 50s, 60s, early 60s, just before he was going to retire. My dad mentioned that he, as a boy, in those days they had to do more errands, didn't they? They didn't spoil their children. And he used to, at lunchtime, his mother would give him packed lunch, or perhaps it was a hot lunch, for his father, and he used to have to go all the way down from Plumstead Common down to the arsenal to give it to his father. My father did mention to me that he had an uncle, his mother's brother, who was a wholesaler who lived in Peckham. Because he told me that after my mother died. He said, we used to go to Peckham and visit my uncle, who had a wholesaler business in bananas. And he said, well, I used to enjoy eating all the bananas. No, nothing about my grandparents, really. I've got a wedding photograph. When I saw it, it looks exactly like Nigel. My mother was married at the same place. St Margaret's Church, I think, in Plumstead Common. And I think we were christened there, but there's no church there now. He never mentioned anything else, my dad. When I sat talking to him after my mother died, that's the first time he's really talked about his life. My father worked away. We didn't really, until we were older, we didn't talk about his life.